Hey everyone, welcome to Mordor, the land of shadow, and our very first Mordor cast. Today we're going to be talking about the mysterious Yazneg and the confusion about who he is and the part he played in not only the first film, but in the trilogy as a whole. The mystery surrounding this character has left many Tolkien movie fans scratching their heads and asking, who is this guy? Now we know, or at least we think we do. The first we saw of this character was with the release of an action figure for The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey. The figure was only released in the UK, and it held no biography information about the character. All the other characters from the film came with some form of bio describing who they are and what they did. Yazneg, as he was titled, was the only action figure that has no bio. And he was actually only released in the UK, which is also interesting. The mystery only deepened with the release of the film. And of course, as we all know, there was no Yazneg in the movie. At first, I believed that this was maybe part of the fallout from the last-minute switch from 2 to 3 films, and that his character would appear in the next Hobbit film, The Desolation of Smaug. In much the same way that Bolg, the son of Azog, was released as an action figure, but did not really appear in the film. He only had a really tiny segment on screen. But there was still some nagging aspect to Yazneg's character that left me wondering, who is this guy? Yazneg is a riddle, cloaked in a mystery, inside an enigma, and wrapped in plastic packaging. Recently, there was the release of a new video titled The Making of Azog, The Hobbit An Unexpected Journey by Weta Digital, from the folks at Weta. And I think the answer became clearer. The video featured, which shows how Azog was created, shows a character in transition. At least that's what I'm thinking from seeing it. When you look very closely at this video, I was surprised by what I saw. With the release of this video showing the creation of Azog, we clearly see that Yazneg, or at least the figure we've come to know as Yazneg, was the original version of Azog, the Defiler. Look at the pics and you can see clearly here that there is a resemblance between these characters. The feathered cowl, the white wrinkled skin, a scar that goes all the way down his chest, and of course a scar on his left forehead, on his right forehead. This, I think, is the original Azog. Now, of course, we can't be 100% sure of this. We will have to get inside information from Weta to be absolutely sure. But I think it's a safe bet to say that we have figured out the mystery of Yazneg. Some are saying that Yazneg was the orc killed by Azog on Weathertop. However, if you really look closely and compare them, you can see that this orc that was killed, who actually might be Yazneg in reality, was not the Yazneg action figure. They just look too much different. There's just too much difference between them. The orc killed by Azog looks much closer to Fimbul in style. He has dark brown skin, and he is wearing a warg ribcage around his neck, much like Fimbul. He doesn't have feathers, like the character that we've seen as Yazneg. Now this orc may indeed be the real Yazneg, as I said, but he is clearly not the white-skinned orc we see in the action figure packaging. The other bit of evidence that just actually came out was the release of a photo showing the action figure of Azog. You can clearly see in this set of photos, that they are both wearing the same battle skirt with 2 faces on it. I'm not sure what these 2 faces, which look dwarven to me, signify, but it definitely shows a connection between these 2 characters because they're both really wearing the same skirt, I think. It's like a battle skirt. I think Peter Jackson's decision to re-envision Azog was an excellent one. The final character is much more compelling. I think the reworked Azog will go down in history as one of the most badass villains ever placed on film. I personally love the guy. It's a bit sad to me that Yazneg does not get his chance to shine in the film. But maybe Peter Jackson will give him a cameo in the second or third film. That's all we have today from Mordor, the Land of Shadow. Make sure to check out our YouTube site, which is Shadows of Mordor, and of course, thelandofshadow.com for all your dark movie news. Thanks.